Hi, this is Hunter with Team Cinecraft, coming at you talking about Windows Defender firewall rules. So you have inbound rules, you have outbound rules. What do these do? These govern inbound rules coming into your network, and these govern rules coming out of your network. For security reasons, let's look more at the inbound rules. So we can see that there's a bunch of inbound rules all set up for different games, different programs. Let's move over here, and really what we're getting at here is making a new rule. Let's go to make a new rule here. So we click on the button for new rules, and what do we get? We get area creation to create a program rule, a port rule, a predefined rule, or a custom rule. Program rules govern programs. Port rules govern port numbers, things that come in over the ports, and then you have custom rules that you can fully customize to anything that you really want it to be. Let's go ahead and make a custom rule. Hit next. All right, so what do we have here? We have all programs. So we have a rule that applies to all programs, programs that apply to specific program paths, or we can even make rules that apply to services. Let's go ahead and have this affect all programs and hit next. Now we have protocol type. Which protocols does this rule affect? As you can see already, this is a little more in depth than the average rule, or the other rules anyways. We have ICMP v4, IGMP, TCP, UDP, IV6. Let's go ahead and do ICMP version 4. So now this is a protocol. This is a rule that governs all programs and protocols that use ICMP v4. What else can we do? We can customize this rule. We can have it even affect certain ICMP types, like time exceeded, router solicitation, echo request, a redirect, destination unreachable. Let's go ahead and choose destination unreachable. So any destination unreachable packets will either be blocked or allowed based on some of the next choices we make. Which IP addresses does this apply to? Well, let's say we need an allow rule, but we only need it to affect, certain friends or a certain domain. We can go ahead and have it affect certain IP addresses. Maybe we're on one subnet and we know that another subnet is going to be sending over certain packets. We can have it affect just the IP addresses in that subnet, but that's not really best practice for security. Shouldn't really mess around with that too much. It's really easy to spoof IP addresses. All right, now we have the choice. We can allow the connection, allow it if it's secure, or block the connection. In this case, let's allow that connection. Those packets we clicked on a little bit ago. Where does this rule apply? Domain. This is domain, private, and public. These are really more like places where your machine is. So domain applies to computers that are connected to a corporate domain. It assumes that this is a very secure network when you click on domain. With private, that's like your home network. You're not connected to a domain controller in a corporate environment, but you are assuming that you're safe. You have password protection on your router, hopefully, and not just anybody off the street's able to connect to your private network. And then public, that's like if you're out at McDonald's and you're out in the open, out in public. Maybe you don't want that. Maybe you don't want this to apply in public. You don't want those packets coming in out in public. So let's go ahead and do that. Now we can name our rule here. Let's do now you're going to want to name your rules. You're going to want to name your rules something that's relevant to what they do, as specific as possible, so that later on, if you do have to go back and change them, and you have to go back and alter these rules or maybe disable these rules, you can find them easily without having to dig through a bunch of firewall rules, because as you can see from the previous screen, there already is a lot of them. So yeah, this is everything that you need to know in terms of Windows firewall rules. Thank you.